I got the naps out today. I like my naps. I like my hair. Nah, but so chapter 2, in which the young man meets an elderly gardener. Hold on. Okay. Take your time, do it right. You can do it. Do it tonight. The young man sped off toward the instant millionaire's town, his mind racing faster than his automobile. How hard was it going to be to meet this man? Would he reveal? Would he welcome an unannounced visitor? Would he reveal his secret method of getting rich? Y'all see how I just jump sentences like that? See, that's why you talking about meditation, because it helps you focus. That's all I want to say before I start reading this book. Are you meditating? Because you should be. And I know meditation is not something that's easy to do for a lot of people. And you gotta have patience when you meditate. You gotta learn how to be comfortable and relax and let go and breathe. And just do it for a little bit. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, just sit down, close your eyes, turn the lights off, turn the phone off, turn the TV off. Peace and quiet, nothing. Maybe a candle, some incense or something. And just sit there with your eyes closed. And just observe and see what's going on in your mind for 5 minutes a day, right? After a while, you're going to start doing it longer regardless, if you do it 5 minutes a day. Or, maybe you do it every other day because you're just starting off. But over time, you want to get into a deep meditation. Why I'm saying this is because I'm practicing this myself. I'm not saying this like I'm some type of meditation master, because I'm not. I'm learning myself. So we want to get into a deep meditation. That's what we want to do. We want to go deeper. We want to be able to sit for a nice amount of time. I'm not saying you got to sit there for 30 minutes, because it don't take 30 minutes to get there. But you're going to have to practice it to get there. But once you get there, you're there, like riding a bike. But you maintain it like anything else. But the point is, are you meditating? Because you can read all these books. You can get all the crystals. You can light all the sage. Burn all the candles. But are you meditating? Because we can't be running around here calling ourselves spiritual people, which we are by nature. But you get the point. And we not meditating. We just reading books, and some of us ain't even doing that much. We just praying the spirits and ancestors and light candles and sage. So I'm manifesting. Come on now. We leveling up. That's what we came here to do. So be happy about that. Be happy that you on a mission to level up. Expand your consciousness, your awareness. Open your heart. Learn how to love yourself in all. Be happy that you on this quest. Because everybody's not on this quest. And this is a beautiful quest. This is a truly wealthy quest. It truly is. because these are things you can always have. Nobody can take this away from you. Nobody can take what you learn on this journey away from you. Even if they come and slice your head off, they can't take it away from you. It's a truly wealthy journey. Embrace it. When you find yourself feeling down and you're like, man, I'm doing all this stuff and it seems like there's nothing ain't working. It's working. But when you find yourself feeling down, think about that. So, well, I do got this to be happy about. I am on a wealthy quest. I am on a wealthy journey. Not everybody has got to this point yet. They will. We all get our chance to grow. It's just that for some reason, you and I, we on this right now, this lifetime. Who knows what we was doing last lifetime? We probably was idiots. Which I doubt it because we heard, but you get the point. We don't know. So for people who not here yet, we understand, okay, one day they will be here. Whether that's this lifetime or another, they will get here. And we ain't done. We still got more to go. It's people where we trying to get, and they trying to get somewhere, and it just go on and on and on and on. But be happy about that you're on a truly wealthy quest. Truly wealthy. I'm not just saying that because it sounds good. Like, that's real. It's a truly wealthy quest to expand your mind, your consciousness, your awareness, to open your heart. And if y'all been looking at my videos in my channel for a while, you know that I don't just stop there. The spiritual, the unseen, I like that too. I love it. Let me get some of that. Okay. Just as he approached the millionaire's house, he was overcome by curiosity and, despite his uncle's words of warning, opened the letter of introduction. He was shocked. His heart rate climbed and he broke into a sweat. He wondered whether his uncle had made a mistake or was playing a joke on him, because the letter was only a blank sheet of paper. He was now at the gate of the millionaire's house and noticed a security guard. The guard had a stony expression. He looked as impenetrable as the enclosed fortress he was protecting. "What can I do for you?" the guard asked dryly. "I'd like to meet the instant millionaire." "Do you have an appointment?" "No, but..." "Well then, do you have a letter of introduction?" The young man pulled the letter halfway out of his pocket and quickly stuffed it back in again. "May I see your letter?" the guard pressed. The young man remembered his uncle's words. "If you open the letter, you must pretend that you haven't." He handed the letter to the guard, who read it. His face remained totally expressionless. "Fine," he said, as he gave the letter back to the young man. "You may come in." The guard showed him where to park and led him to the front door of the millionaire's luxurious Tudor-style home. An impeccably dressed butler opened the door. "Can I help you?" he asked. "I want to meet the instant millionaire. He's unable to see you at the moment. Please wait for him in the garden." The butler accompanied the young man to the entrance of a garden with a glistening pond in the middle of it. He wandered in, admiring the beautiful flowers, bushes, and trees, and then he caught sight of a gardener who was bent over a rose bush. He must have been well into his 70s or 80s, and he wore a wide-brimmed straw hat that concealed his eyes. When the young man approached him, the gardener broke off his work and welcomed him with a smile. He had a bright, cheerful blue eyes. "What have you come here for?" he asked in a warm and friendly voice. I've come to meet the instant millionaire. Oh, I see. And for what reason, if you don't mind my asking? Well, I I simply like to ask him for advice. The gardener started to go back to his roses. Then he stopped and turned. Oh, by the way, you wouldn't have $10, would you? $10, the young man said, blushing. It's just that that's all I got left on me. Perfect. That's all I need. The gardener looked very dignified. His manner exuded exceptional grace and charm. I really like to give it to you, replied the young man. But the problem is, I wouldn't have any money left to get back home. Are you planning on going home today? No, I have no idea, said the young man, now quite confused. I don't want to leave until I've seen the instant millionaire. But if you don't need the money today, why are you so reluctant to lend it to me? You might not need it tomorrow. Who knows? You might be a millionaire. The reasoning didn't sound completely logical to the young man, but he handed him the money. The gardener smiled. Most people are afraid of asking for things, and when they finally do, they don't insist enough. That's a mistake. At the moment, the butler arrived in the garden and spoke to the old man respectfully. Sir, could you please lend me $10? The cook's leaving today and insists on being paid. I'm just $10 short. The gardener stuck his hand into his baggy pocket and pulled out a huge roll of bills. He must have had thousands of dollars in cash on him, because the young man caught sight of nothing but $100 bills, y'all. Except for the $10 bill on top. The gardener peeled off the bill he had just borrowed from the young man and handed it to the butler, who thanked him, bowed somewhat, and quickly disappeared into the house. The young man was outraged. He did the gardener. How did the gardener have the gall to compensate the last $10 he had in the world when his pockets were stuffed with more cash than he had ever seen? Why did you ask me for $10? He said, trying as hard as he could to conceal the rage he felt. You didn't need it. But of course I did. Look, I don't have any $10 bills, he said, thumbing through the fat roll of cash. You don't think I was going to get him 100, do you? Why on earth did you keep so much money on you? It's my pocket money, replied the gardener. I always keep $25,000 on me in case of an emergency. 25,000, sputtered the young man. Suddenly, everything became clear. The ever-polite butler, the incredible amount of pocket money. You are the instant millionaire, aren't you? For the time being, replied the gardener, I'm glad you come. But tell me, how is it that you aren't rich yet? Have you ever seriously asked yourself that question? Not really. Well, that's the problem. Well, that's probably the first thing. That was me talking. Well, that's probably the first thing you should do. Think aloud in front of me if you want. I'll try to follow your line of reasoning. The young man made a few feeble attempts and then gave up. I see, said the millionaire. You're not used to thinking out loud. Do you know there are lots of young people your age who are already rich? Some are even millionaires. Others are just on the verge of getting their first million. Did you know that when he was 26, Aristotle Onassis had already had $500,000 in the bank when he left for England, where he was planning to set up his shipping empire. Only 26. That's right. And when he started out, he had only a few $100s to his name. He didn't have a university degree, and he didn't have any rich uncles. But now it's time for dinner. Would you like to join me? Thank you very much. I'd love to. The young man followed the millionaire, who, despite his age, still had a lively bounce in his step. He getting that walk on. He got that walk. He walked like he got money. They went into the dining room where the table had already been set for two. Please sit down. Please sit down. The millionaire pointed to the end of the table, the place usually reversed for the host. He sat to the right of his young guest, directly in front of a beautiful hourglass engraved with the motto, "Time is money." The butler arrived with a bottle of wine and filled their glasses. "Let's drink to your first million," said the millionaire, raising his glass. He took a sip, the only one he had all evening, and ate very modestly, just a few mouthfuls from a delicious salmon steak. Cheers. "Do you like what you do for a living?" the millionaire asked the young man. "I suppose so. The situation in the office is a bit difficult. Make sure you are positive about your choice of careers. All the millionaires I've known, and I've met quite a few over the years, love their occupations. For them, working became almost a leisure activity, as agreeable as a hobby. That's why most rich people rarely take vacations. Why should they deprive themselves of what they enjoy doing so much?" Did you hear that? And that's why they continue working even after becoming millionaires several times over. But though it's an absolute must to enjoy your work, it's not enough. To get rich, you have to know the secrets of wealth. Tell me, do you really believe these secrets exist? Yes, I do. Good, that's the first step. Most people don't believe there are secrets to attaining wealth. They don't even believe they can become rich. And they are right, of course. If you don't think you can become rich, you very rarely do. You have to start by believing that you can, and then crave it passionately. Most people aren't ready to accept these secrets, even if they are revealed to them in very simple terms. Their greatest limitation is their own lack of imagination. That's why the true secrets of wealth are best kept secrets in the world. It's a little like the Purloined Letter in Edgar Allan Poe's story. The millionaire went on. Do you remember it? It's the story about a letter the police was searching for and could never find. Because instead of being hidden away somewhere, it was lying in the least likely spot, in plain sight. Their lack of imagination and their built-in prejudices prevented the police from finding the letter. They weren't expecting to find it in plain sight, so they never saw it. The young man listened to the millionaire with rapt attention. He was burning to find out what these secrets were. In any case, one thing was sure. Even if the millionaire didn't really have any secrets, he was certainly a master at setting an impressive scene. He sounds smooth, don't he? That's it for chapter 2. The next chapter is chapter 3. It's a cool book, but that's true. Some people don't believe they can be rich. They really don't believe it. Thank you. And love back. Peace and love back. Some people really don't think they can get rich. They don't believe it. You can ask them, talk to them. They'll make all the excuses in the world of why this and why this can't happen and why somebody ain't gonna let this happen and why these people ain't gonna do that. I just gave up. I just said, you know what? I don't want to talk about it no more. I'm gonna just talk on my social media pages and that's it. I don't want to talk to my family, my friends, or my co-workers about this stuff no more. If they just happen to be on here someday and see me talking, fine. Well, other than that, I just say, leave it alone. You want to talk about football? Come on, let's talk about football. But the whole time they talking about football, I'm in my head imagining all kind of beautiful things. But I'm listening, though. I'm paying attention, though. You know what I'm saying? In the 3D, yes, indeed. They can't see the unseen. They can't see what's not there. They stuck to this concrete material matter world. And do what you love. What's up, Will the God? On my way to the gym, yeah. Get up in that gym, man. Get up in that gym. I'm finna give me a dip bar. You should get you a dip bar and put it in your room. And every time you know you slacking, you just look over there and get on it. Because that's what I'm finna do. And do your push-ups and all that good stuff. But yeah, what was I saying? Do what you love. What do you love? Not just one thing. We love many things, but find something that you love and just try stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just keep trying stuff over and over again. And something gonna click, and meditate so you can be calm and cool when things happen in the 3D world. You won't blow yourself out of proportion. You won't throw yourself off or be out of alignment. You won't have to worry about lowering your vibration because of what somebody else been doing or saying or not doing or not saying, because you've been practicing how you've been practicing yourself. You've been mastering yourself, learning stuff about yourself. Because when you meditate, your mind gonna start saying stuff. You like, I don't even. You like, is that me thinking that stuff? Like, and you could go and be like, all right, I need to check this part of myself. I didn't even realize I thought that, or I didn't even realize I felt like this. Or when you try to move, when you try to meditate, your body try to do stuff to make you move. All that stuff helps. And then when you go out into the world and people, do their little human things, you won't be so affected by it because you've been sitting in your room chilling. Before you go to bed, that's the best time to do it. You have no excuse. You finna go to sleep. Just post up for 5 minutes. Meditate, close your eyes, turn the lights off, turn the phone off. Can't nobody get in contact with you at this moment. This is a very special moment between you, yourself, and the God within you. And just chill for 5 minutes every day. You practicing, because your arm gonna start itching. You might want to scratch it, but don't. You gonna scratch it though, but you practice. After a while, you're gonna get used to it. You're gonna be like, okay, and it's gonna start turning up and stuff like you. But it's something it can be done just like any other thing in the world. Just like learning how to paint, learning how to ride a bike, learning how to drive a car. You just gotta do it. That's the main point. So peace out, y'all. Have a nice day, love. I'll see y'all next time with chapter 3.